Hey, yo, what is going on, guys? Today we have the community letter. Now, normally I do this on my main channel, but I figured since I'm just reacting to this and I don't know, I want to keep my main channel mainly for guides and stuff like that. I might do other stuff, but I guess, I don't know, I'll move this stuff more towards this channel just so we can talk about it. So anyway, this is the one for May, so let's see what we got cooking. So this is talking about the Mystic Rings. If you guys have missed it, we got Mystic Rings now. So that is on the live servers. They're way better to get compared to the crystal rings. The crystal rings were awful in terms of going from crystal 1 to 4 because you have to do this long crafting process. It was horrible. It took a long time. And the cool thing about the mystic ones is that even if you're not an endgame player and you can't access D15, you can still get these. The only issue is that you're going to have to get carried, because you have to get a mystic loop. To get a mystic loop, you have to do delves 140 and higher, and chances are you might not be able to do that, but in case you are able to, you're going to need depth score and soul to depths, which you can get, but it's going to have to be through events, because events sometimes give them. Right now we have the spring fling event. You get 10 depth scores, so there's your depth score there. Then you're just going to need deep stone and a soul to depth. Pretty sure it's all that. Maybe not the deep stone, I can't even remember. Either way, deep stone you get from the depth delve. So maybe you can have somebody invite you to a floor that has that. Or if you just do delves randomly, if you do it long enough, you'll see it in your delve. Like, you can get it at a pretty low depth, so there's another way there. And then soul to depth, you just kind of have to wait for events. There isn't really much else to it. Like, Luxian has it, but it's the D15 Luxian, like, in that inventory. And if you can't access D15, then you can't do it. So anyway, I kind of rambled on. Either way, that's Mystic Rings. Let's move on now. So recap, we got the event. Wait, why Bunfest? I guess that was the last one. Yeah, I guess man, April was only... That was a month ago, dang. I don't know, time's flying in a very slow way, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I guess there we go. So now let's see what is upcoming. So right now we have the Spring Fling, so that's there right now. Don't really have much else to talk about there. And then looks like we have a developer update. It's kind of weird seeing a developer update without an actual developer talking. But anyway, wanted to share an update on some important behind the scenes changes, as well as provide more context around the Tiny Quest delay. All right, so let's see what's happening with all that. So if you guys haven't heard, the 64-bit client, basically the thing with 64-bit is they're trying to go from 32 to 64. Long story short, it's supposed to make the game optimize better, so less crashes and just runs better in general. I don't know if the same thing applies to console. I really have no idea how that stuff works, but on PC it's supposed to be better. But that's only if the devs actually optimize it to be better. So it will have potential, but for how long, and will it even have that potential? I don't know. They might mess it up. They're known for messing things up. Or it could actually be the best change ever created. I have no idea, but they're testing it seems like, because we currently have the PTS out. Which, by the way, you can finally export your accounts. Now, I have heard that you have to use your NA account. I feel like I've used my EU account. I don't know why I said account. It's the same thing on PC. You can just change your region. But I always play on EU. I have exported my account on EU a long time ago, and it did work, but I guess, I don't know, the most recent one, I tried it on NA, exported my account, and it actually exported my account to the PTS, so big W's there. But anyway, that's regarding the 64-bit. So the Tiny Quest delay, right over here it says Tiny Quest was delayed, contributing factor. Okay, so I guess because they're transitioning, they want to delay the update, which I really don't want that to be the reason. I don't like that update, and I'm sure a lot of you guys also don't like that update. It costs a ton of flux, that's one thing. It also just takes way too long, like an insane amount of time. Even if you're a hardcore grinder, maybe if you pay to win, it's still gonna take a long time to do. Which, you know, I'm all for, but like the quests just take, I don't know, most of us, like I'm sure most of us are working, and if you're not working, then I don't know, I'm sure you're doing something else, not just Trove. You're gonna have to basically dedicate time to play Trove just so you can send allies on a quest on an expedition, and then whenever you come back to Trove, they'll be done with that expedition. Like, the expeditions just take way too long. And if I remember correctly, the badge required you to do 5,000 for the mastery portion. I don't know, the entire thing just sucks. I really hope they change it all, but something tells me that they're not going to. Also, I don't see anything related to the marketplace, so when they said very soon, what did they exactly mean by that? I feel like they're just not going to release it at this point. Like, what's going on? But yeah, it seems like they're saying that they just want it to work correctly when it goes to live servers. I mean, I'm sure they do, but like, do they really want it to? I don't know. And I guess this change is supposed to help the stability and future developments for long term. I don't know if I can trust that, but you know, I want to say hopeful, but I really have no idea. Oh, and I guess that's it. So no community questions for this month. I guess next month they're gonna answer them. I don't know why they didn't for this month in particular. But yeah, actually, I wonder why they didn't. So I guess the way I see it, I guess in terms of the timeline, I think in June they're gonna, I guess, make the game 64-bit, if I had to guess. And then within the same month, I think in June, they might just do the Tiny Quest, potentially. I have no idea. I could be wrong, just an idea. Knowing the devs, they like to rush things ASAP without testing it, so it's a possibility that they do that. In my overall opinion, I could care less what the game is, as long as it functions correctly, so if this is what it takes for it to function correctly, then so be it. However, the tiny quest, I am not gonna be approving that. I want them to really look into that and change the update, change the values of the crafting materials, for all the allies, everything, the flux needed, and the time for the quests. I want them to change all of that. And then as far as the market goes, I mean, I've kind of lost hope. I mean, I don't know. I want to be hopeful, but I think I've just lost hope. I don't know. There's no market anymore. I mean, for crying out loud, they took it down on Xbox. So what's this? Who's to say they won't do it for Switch and PlayStation? Like, I don't think we're going to have a marketplace anymore. That's just where the game's going. And then if it ever does come back, I feel like they're going to limit our access to like selling 2 things a day or something like that. I don't know. It's beyond cooked, but I guess that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.